They say imitation is the greatest form of flattery, but I disagree. I think the greatest form of flattery is this. That's that Donnie from Wild Thornberrys type riz. But when does imitation go too far? When is it no longer an homage, but instead tiptoes over the line into plagiarism? That's what we'll be analyzing today, and by that I mean I learned about two channels that have blatantly plagiarized another YouTuber. I saw this right before going to bed tonight. I'm kidding, because I didn't fall asleep. As you can clearly tell, it's 6 a.m. I've been up all night again. Insomnia is here again, doing that to my damn little butt cheeks over here, and I'm tired of it. But as I was trying to fall asleep and then ended up giving up looking at my phone, I saw that there's a bit of a hoopla about this plagiarism thing going on right now. And you're never going to be able to get rid of all the plagiarism on YouTube because it is a rampant issue. But I always think it's nice when people do find bad actors like this just blatantly stealing their work. But as I was looking into this big developing story here, I learned a lot of twists, not only about the original video creator, but also the ones that allegedly plagiarized. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first one before diving into a bit more about the original video as well.
So if your views are low, or you're scared of demonetization, listen up, because I'm going to tell you the 8 biggest changes of the YouTube algorithm, starting with change number 1, Gemini. So it's fully official. Okay, the YouTube algorithm is now powered by Gemini AI.
This one is egregious. They didn't even bother doing the bare minimum of changing a single word from the original script. So this comes from a YouTuber named Rume Ro, and the YouTuber that's copying his video is someone named Belmont. Now this is a guru who is also selling a course. Now I use the word guru real loosey-goosey because that's how these fucking dweebs refer to themselves as. They're scammers, basically. Case in point, if you're going to be purchasing a course from someone on YouTube trying to give you the secrets, bestow upon you the ancient wisdom of success online, just know you're most likely not going to be finding the fountain of youth there. You're probably getting a big load of fucking barnacles. I've never even heard of a course that one of these dorks was selling that was ever even remotely helpful in any way, shape, or form. When it comes to this subject matter, I know in like the fitness space, there's a lot of YouTubers that have courses that are very popular, very successful. I'm talking specifically about this garbage where they have these videos, usually just like a bunch of regurgitated information. In this case, they are literally copying someone else's information in order to try and hawk a course. But like usually it's just some dog shit where they're like, "Yar matey, so you want to get YouTube views? Well, you're gonna have to fork over the funky digits on the back of that credit card for this fucking PowerPoint I threw together haphazardly." It's all trash. Now, an interesting little fun fact, a little tidbit of lore, in the only Belmont video I've watched, he has a gold YouTube play button behind him for a channel called Serum. So I looked it up, and that's this channel right here, and that's definitely him. Basically, this channel is Sniper Wolf. If Sniper Wolf was a guy who's a huge dweeb. And he hasn't posted in over a year, but he had 4.5 million subscribers. I don't know why he stopped posting. I looked into it, and there's a lot of theories. Apparently, a lot of people seem to believe that he was demonetized at some point, so he abandoned the channel. It's certainly possible, but it's just a theory, a little game theory there. But what's not a theory is that this guy just blatantly plagiarized that video. I guess he's made his triumphant return. No longer is he Serum. Now he's Belmont. And he just takes other YouTubers' videos word for word as his own. Yippee, welcome home.
Now, for those of you that don't know what Gemini is, it's pretty much Google's ChatGPT. And the job that YouTube gave Gemini is to analyze videos. So technically, it's no longer about tags, titles, or anything that's mattered before. Because of Gemini, now it's what you say, how you say it, and what you show, like the actual visuals of your video. It understands the tone. If your video is supposed to be sad, it understands it. If being sarcastic, it also understands. Gemini also analyzes behavior on the platform. Which takes me to number 2, trust score.
It's actually fascinating how not only did he copy the script one-to-one, but he even copied the timing. It syncs up perfectly. He did exact intonation, exact timing of everything here for his blatant plagiarism. I've never seen that before. This is like the equivalent of taking someone else's homework, copying it, and not even changing the name on it when you submit it. It's fucking baffling. Typically, we're about to look at another case of plagiarism from the same YouTuber, actually. Not Belmont, but the same YouTuber had his work stolen by another channel as well, this time a much more popular channel. I'm actually kind of blown away by how brazen Belmont's plagiarism is. He's got a lot of other videos on his channel, and I imagine all of those are also plagiarized from other YouTubers as well. It seems like that's probably his shtick. I imagine the only reason the visuals aren't exactly the same is because he didn't want to take the extra 2 minutes it would take to crop out the YouTuber from those visuals, because he wanted to just shit and ship this as quickly as possible, a matter of minutes. So instead he just filled it with a bunch of probably stock videos for his points here. Now the next accused plagiarism patriot is Danny Y. Interestingly enough, it's the same topic that Belmont copied, that now Danny Y has a video on that's eerily similar to Rumero's. An interesting coinkydink, if I had to spitball a guess at how that's possible, I would wager that douchebags like this probably consult ChatGPT for what videos they should steal, and right now ChatGPT is recommending that one from Rumero. That would be my guess. Now, Danny Y's video is a little less obvious than Belmont's. He does change some words around, and he does change the order in which the information is presented. Instead of following the exact blueprint one-to-one of Rumero's original video, he changes where it goes. But watching them both back to back, it is still fundamentally the exact same piece of content. Now, another explanation here. Like I said, I don't know Rumero's content. Maybe it's possible he generated a script for this topic through ChatGPT, and Danny Y doing the same thing. Thus, they came with very similar scripts. I think that is also equally possible.
Now, for those of you that don't know what Gemini is, it's pretty much Google's ChatGPT.
And if you don't know what it is, think of it as Google's version of ChatGPT.
And it even understands the tone.
It even picks up on your tone.
If your video's supposed to be sad, it understands it.
If your video is meant to be funny, it knows.
If you're being sarcastic, it also understands it.
If you're being sarcastic in your video, it also knows that too.
So that's pretty scary shit within itself.
And honestly, this one scared me when I first learned about it.
Now, when YouTube reviews your channel, which they will,
when YouTube reviews your channel, and they will,
the first thing that Gemini will check is your channel trailer.
And the first thing that plays is going to be your channel trailer.
The age of the email and the age of the YouTube channel.
Use an email that has been around for a while.
The older the YouTube channel is, the better. Just use your personal email.
Maybe your personal Gmail that you've been using for years.
If you have any Google subscriptions like Google One, Google Workspace, YouTube Premium, any of those subscriptions, the better it is.
Even better, if you have Google subscriptions like YouTube Premium, Google One, or Workspace, that's extra proof.
Right, you want to show Gemini and YouTube that you're a human, and a human doesn't start YouTube by uploading every single day.
You're basically showing the algorithm that you're a real human.
This one's a bit trickier because he does change the words around, and he does change the order around, but all of the information from Rumero's is still present here, including his advice that he gives in the original, so it does still seem a bit stinky here that maybe he had grabbed his script and had AI rewrite it a bit for his video. And, there's only so many ways of conveying information if the information is accurate, but this goes a little bit beyond that, where it's not just conveying similar information, he's doing it basically very, very, very similarly to how Rumero's video covered it. Now, I had that theory that maybe Rumero generated an AI script and Danny Y did the same on the same topic, which is why they'd be similar. And I think there's even more meat to that theory because I did some digging on Rumero's channel.
If we go ahead and just search up the title of one of these articles and we throw it onto YouTube, we will be able to find YouTube channels like this one, Hip Hop Daily. So if we click on it, and we click on their videos, we can see that their views are not bad at all. Now moving on to step number 2, which is scripting your entire video. Now there's a few rules for this, right? I have a lot of beginners come to me and they show me their videos and they're only like a minute or 2 minutes long. And to be honest, I tell them every single time, might as well not post the videos, because with AI, there is no excuse for you not to make a video over 10 minutes. YouTube clearly favors, and this is my opinion, YouTube clearly favors YouTube channels and YouTube videos that are over 10 minutes. So here's an example of how easy it is to script write.
Oh my goodness, he's giving the keys to the kingdom, the Krabby Patty secret formula to the ultimate slop. Step 1, look at other YouTubers' content. Step 2, basically steal it. So he's like, look at these channels. You can see their views are doing well, so this is a successful niche. So you want to aim for basically copying the same topics because you can see that it has a track record of doing well here. So step 2, use AI to make your script for you. So he then shows you like to grab an article, copy and paste it into AI to have it write a script for you. So that way it can cook that shit up for you pretty much instantaneously, and bingo bango bongo, you've got a soulless AI regurgitated video that can now just passively generate income on YouTube for you for doing fucking nothing at all. So, not a huge fan of this guy, to be honest with you. Yes, I do think he was plagiarized in the first instance, and honestly, I am leaning more towards Danny Y also taking his video as opposed to just getting a similar AI drivel script. That's due to a couple of reasons I'll share with you. But as far as creators getting plagiarized goes, this one doesn't move my heart all that much. This is a world's smallest violin moment for sure, because he himself also kind of preaches the same thing to his students about, like, look at all these other channels and basically do what they do using AI to do it for you. So it's a little odd that he would cry foul that other vultures in the same space are doing the same to his content, when he has these AI faceless slop channels that he literally kind of does very similar things with. Granted, it's not one-to-one or as brazen as the examples here, but still, it's fundamentally the same DNA. He is also just regurgitating the same information using AI to do it for him. Now, maybe he doesn't do it on his Roommate Row channel, that I don't know for sure, but in the videos on this channel, he does talk about and literally try and instruct people on how to take other people's topics and like ideas and plug AI into it so it will make the scripts for you so you can stretch these videos to 10 minutes and make money off it passively for doing basically fucking nothing. So, not exactly like the best creator to be talking about being plagiarized, if I'm being honest. But I do still find it to be an interesting topic nonetheless. And like I said, I do think it's obvious in Belmont's case that he just one-to-one stole the video. I do also think Danny Y most likely had AI spit out a script from Roommate Row's video as opposed to just covering a similar topic.
And that leads us to the next change, one that got thousands of channels deleted just last month. YouTube now probably gives every channel a hidden score. They don't show it to you, but it probably exists. And it controls everything. I call it your trust score. Think of it like a credit score, but for
your trust score? Where have I heard that nomenclature before?
Do that, but it's almost guaranteed that the amount of people that have done that, and this change was done about 2 weeks ago, which is why you've heard so much news of people getting their channels taken away. But I think I found a solution.
Still not at the right timestamp, but basically in Danny Y's video, it's the exact same information. He changed some of the words and changed the order in which he presented it, but he's still basically just saying everything Roommate Row said, but in different order.
But the most important part is that Gemini also analyzes your behavior on the platform. Which takes me to number 2, trust score. This has got to be one of the biggest changes that I've ever seen on YouTube. So this is the easiest way to explain trust score.
So, from what I can tell, Danny Y wasn't the one that came up with the trust score. Watching both videos back to back, it's basically the same fucking thing. Like I said, Danny Y just changed the order in which he presented shit, but it's still fundamentally exactly the same. And at points, like in the minute and a half clip there, it is almost identical. I find it unlikely that this is some big misunderstanding and it's just a coincidence. I understand that when it comes to information, there is only so many different ways you can convey the information, but it just feels very fishy that not only is it conveyed very similarly, almost identical at points, but also saying weird things like, I call it your trust score. I came up with that, when he clearly didn't come up with that. Also, couple that with the fact that the advice he gives in his video is the same advice Rumero gave in his video. It just feels like he did take the script from that video and just change it around a little bit so it wasn't just so blatantly obvious. Not as lazy as Belmont was with it. Anyway though, plagiarism isn't unusual on YouTube. This shit turbo sucks, and it's only being more common now thanks to AI, and people like Rumero himself also preaching very similar tactics of just taking other people's topics, ideas, niches, and just having AI be fed this information in order to spit garbage out for you to post and make money on. I think that shit also sucks, and it's not all that dissimilar from what he's complaining about here with these channels ripping off his video. His AI faceless slop channels are fundamentally doing something very, very, very similar. And it's all trash. It's all garbage. And I'm sure he knows that, but it doesn't matter because he makes a ton of money doing it. If you look at his channel, a lot of his videos are just kind of bragging about how much money he makes from doing these AI faceless slop channels. It sucks. It's sad. And that's the exact kind of shit that's ruining the entire platform. Anyway, just wanted to yap about it a bit. That's it. See ya.